Check it out. We've got something pretty special going on this morning. Behind me is Monument Valley, and this is the classic road that you see like all those Instagram pictures. Road's super long and it goes right into that beautiful vista. We're gonna fly Monument Valley. I've flown this site twice, kind of. Once on the Icarus race, I stopped by this location for fuel and fried chicken. And then another time, I don't think I ever posted online because the conditions were horrible, the lighting was horrible. So I've never made a video about this super special place. I think today's gonna be the day. We've done a lot of research and communication with Navajos to make sure everything's legit. We're gonna go fly and the conditions feel perfect. I'm gonna take off here. I'm gonna give my camera to one of the guys on the ground and get some of those classic Monument Valley shots from here. Gonna fire up the Maverick, gonna lay out the free ride, gonna go fly around, get some sick shots.
So our original plan for this flight was to fly all the way out to the monuments, but we decided not to for a couple factors. First off, we were all feeling a bit exhausted. Previous days we had been driving long hours, getting long flights in, staying up late at night, having a grand old time, and this morning we just all weren't really feeling the energy. Second, the monuments were about 6 miles away, and according to the forecast, the winds were gonna pick up, so we kind of didn't want to risk getting caught up in the monument area as the winds picked up. Instead, we decided to just buzz around local on this famous road. I think most people will instantly recognize it. It's one of the most Western looking roads and landscapes I can think of. So we got a cool flight in and we also got a sick photo op. Speaking of photo ops, if you're not following me on Instagram, check out my Instagram at @TuckerGott. Not only will you see cool pictures from this trip, you'll also see live updates on my story.
Absolutely beautiful landscape. I remember flying into this on the Icarus race on the final day of the adventure. That felt kind of downwind. You want to go for a rip? Cannot wait to see this. You were full on squat mode.
Full squat.
That's sick.
Yes, I'll give that to you.
Yo, sick. Oh, crotch burnout.
What's your absolute stoke level?
What's up?
What's your absolute stoke level?
Like 6.
It's kind of cold.
It's cold, but I'm gonna fly the factory mobile, Tucker's wing. I'm gonna put music on, that's for sure.
Get some Navajo tunes
Put some bells on. Freeze my butt.
Yes. There goes Judson. We're just taking turns on my motor and wing because it's out. Everyone keeps pulling off on the side of the road, getting those stereotypical Instagram shots.
So I titled this video something along the lines of the worst place to have a motor out. And you might be thinking, there's a lot worse places to have a motor out because of the terrain. Obviously, we've flown over a lot of rocky landscapes where you could break both of your legs. However, this landscape is bad to have a motor out for a different reason, and that is because it's Navajo land. If you're unfamiliar, there's certain land out west that is still kind of belongs to the Native Americans. They have their own kind of set of rules, and as far as that concerns paramotors, it gets a little tricky. There are actually a number of horror stories about paramotorists having motor failures and landing out on Navajo land, some of which have incurred fines or having their gear confiscated. I think the most publicized one was actually from the Hualapai tribe, and it was a gentleman who was flying over the land, not even touching it or trespassing on the land, but just getting some aerial video and photos. His gear was confiscated, including his camper and his camera. He was basically left homeless for 3 weeks. Now, I'm not sure how much of this is actually relevant in today's time. However, the moral of the story is to be respectful. This is Navajo land, and we want to be as careful as possible. If you're a paramotor pilot and you ever end up flying out west in any Navajo land, I definitely encourage you to be very aware of the different regulations, different rules regarding the lands, and overall, in general, just be super respectful.
He was doing his flips and stuff, yeah.
It's a lot of fun.
I bet. I think I'd be too scared.
Yeah, you definitely can't be afraid of heights.
Yeah, I'm afraid of heights.
Epic flight. I think we have a local giving some positive feedback, so that's rad. I think Dan's gonna take her for a rip. She's so stoked. She's like, I don't know which one of you was doing flips, but it was awesome. So Dan's gonna go for a rip now. This is super cool. I love this shot, straight down the road. So classic. Here goes Dan.
Now, as we were concluding our flying, an older woman, obviously Navajo, rolled up and we started getting nervous. She actually pulled in on the side of the street and started laying on her horn, and we were like, oh no, this is it. We've upset someone. We were trying to be respectful, but this lady looks pretty pissed. Turns out she gets out of her car and she's the sweetest, and she was just stoked. She was honking her horn because she was so excited. She was actually there to set up, I guess, some sort of shop on the side of the road selling handmade jewelry or something. And we talked to this woman a lot, and she even went as far as saying it was so amazing that we should land on top of the monuments. And we're like, you know, I don't know if that's a good idea. Like, we want to be respectful, and that kind of sounds a little bit disrespectful. And she did agree with us. She said that there's different viewpoints, I guess, in the Navajo culture, and she said that could definitely upset some of the other more strict Navajo people.
Hell yeah.
All right, so that's all I've got for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed. Freaking Monument Valley is beautiful. It's kind of like a bucket list flight. I've always wanted to get that picture of the paramotor and the backdrop. From here, Monument Valley, our next stop was Horseshoe Bend, which is another bucket list flight. I've been there several times on foot, and I have never flown it until this trip. Hello.
Hello. So I'm lost.
Aside from that, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you did, please drop a like down below. Appreciate all your support. Been getting a lot of cool comments from you guys. And also check out Risky Biscuits Co. at tuckergott.com. That's our merch. Got a lot of cool stuff going on there. Pick some up for the holiday season. And with that, I will see you guys in the next one. Till then, fly safe, have fun. Peace. Zip.